Know some drills that you do, and then what do you do in the spring with your catch too?
Okay, so you want drill work?
Drill work, yeah, it's kind of philosophy. Any tidbits you got for me?
All right, so the question is this: what type of, when you say man, what type of man are you teaching? Are you single high, two man,
Zero.
straight zero?
Yeah.
All right, zero. Do you do any single high at all?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so cover one. And do you do two man?
Yeah, we got some two man.
Okay. All right, so each one of those are going to be different. So with zero, do you press?
If they can, but on this level they can't. But when I was like when I was coaching 6A, we did. Like when I was at high last year.
Okay, so y'all, all right, so when you call zero, what's the down and distance?
Third and medium. Or
Okay, so you're zero. So for zero, you're third, and you're looking at a third and what, five or less?
Yeah, 5 to 7.
Okay. And then are you gonna call it anything past that? You gonna get risky like that?
No.
No, you
I might go two man.
Okay, all right. So you 35 and less. Okay. So listen. So there's two different techniques that you got to have. All right. So when you're in zero, you can play off, or you can play the press. You already know that, right?
Right.
But when we're off, we're sitting heavy at the sticks. So you got to look at it like this. So if I'm playing press man, press in zero. Or excuse me, off. I meant to say off. That's what I meant. If I'm playing off in zero, I have to read the 3 and 5 of the quarterback. Okay, so there's two different things. How much are they under center?
Not a lot.
Okay, so then the 3 and 5 out of the gun is what you're gonna have to teach the guys. So this is what I teach the DBs. Anytime that we're playing zero, I'm gonna identify the down and distance, no matter what, meaning I'm gonna find the sticks, okay? If they can't tell you what the sticks are, bench their ass right now, because they gotta be aware of where that is. So on the third and 5 and less, if I know that I'm at 5, I'm sitting 5 yards, I'm sitting heavy at the sticks, and I'm stuck. When I look, I'm gonna angle my DBs, okay? Because I know that I'm in zero. The only thing I need to protect is I need to protect the slant. I don't care if they throw the fade. The fade, you gotta be an athlete. Get in phase and go. But when I read the 3 and 5 step of the quarterback, that's gonna be the most important part of that, okay? So when you look at the gun, the thing about the gun at the QB position is that the quarterback is already within his 3-step drop in the gun. So now the question is, how do I identify 3 and 5 step drop? If my quarterback gets the ball and he catches it, turns now, he's in his 3. I sit heavy and I'm driving anything 5 or less. The moment I see that quarterback take 1 step back, I know that it's past 5 yards. I get into a read step now, okay? So I'm angled out at a 45. Let's say that trash can's the receiver for an example. I'm angled so I can see him and I can periph him. I don't care what he does. I'm gonna let that quarterback dictate everything that I do from a DB standpoint, okay? If he gives me the 3-step drop, I'm turning heavy and I'm getting square and we're just playing basketball at that point. We're boxing out. If he gives me any type of drop, I re-step out. I'm moving that slow. Because if it's a fade ball's got to come out now because they have an unblocked player coming, right? So I get in phase with the receiver and I squeeze. If it's anything shorter, the reason why I square back up is so I can move down that line. So let's call it that imaginary line that's going across from yardstick to yardstick. If they slant me, I can move laterally down that line off the initial stem and I can meet him at the mesh point where the ball is going to be. Does that make sense? Any type of zero concept, you know you're going to primarily get the slants, quick hitches, whatever, right? So that allows you to play fast and allows you to identify that. So if I'm flat-footed at 5 yards, most routes are going to happen in the 3 to 5 yard window. So you're going to automatically be positioned in that mesh point. Does that make sense? So if I'm at 5 yards, so you know that you're calling your zero at 5.
Right.
The maximum is going to be 5 yards. I'm going to sit heavy at 5. The reason why I sit heavy, and they run anything quick. Anything quick is going to be 5 and less. The ball is going to be at the 3 to 5 yard mesh point. So that's why I need to sit flat and heavy at that imaginary line. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when I read the 3-step, I'm already in position to make a play because I didn't move. Because that ball, depending on where the depth of the route, whether it's at 3 or 5, we're going to meet there regardless. Now, if I trigger fast, that's an interception. If I don't trigger fast, it's a pass breakup, whatever that may be. That's why the 5-yard marker is important. They got to sit, they got to have basically cement in their shoes, sit heavy, and then they can break on the ball from that standpoint. But you got to understand where the mesh point is going to be. The slant mesh point is anywhere from 3 to 5 yards. The hitch is at 5 yards. So now, on any type of quick route, the first step is going to be inside of the receiver. We sit and let them come to us. It's that simple. Any type of, let's call it a 7-step, or excuse me, let's call it a 5-step. So if they give us a 5-step in any type of zero, I do my read steps, and then I get in phase with the receiver. When I say in phase, just hip to hip. So more than likely at the high school level, you're just getting a fade ball. That's all you're getting from that standpoint. And that's how you have to teach that. What you got for me so far?
That's good.
Because it's all about mesh points. So let's look at it like this. So let's say we're in zero. You got a 2-man surface. And let's say this is my D&D. So this is my stick. So that's my 5-yard mesh point. I angle my butt out here. Yeah. Okay. The reason why I do that, because you're probably going to have a man pressed here, right? So let's call it your nickel, whatever. You're probably going to have a man pressed here. There's going to be my quarterback. All I'm looking for is if he catches and he's ready to throw right now, I am flat. I literally turn. I turn from here, this V, to here to where I'm flat now. But when I turn, notice that I'm inside. Okay, so I'm head up here. By the time that I turn in, I take 1 step inside of the receiver. Because slant, mesh point, hitch, mesh point, we're driving. We read the 3 and 5. But that's where the whole key in zero is understanding what this guy's doing. It doesn't matter what these guys do. Concepts are irrelevant in zero coverage. So if we teach concepts in zero, we're wrong. That makes sense, Tyler?
Yeah.
If it don't make sense, tell me.
No, it makes sense.
Zero concepts are relevant. Why? Because we bring in the house on them. If y'all don't get there, then we need to have a discussion up front.
Well, yeah, and then our deal too, like here.
Yep.
We always used to tell them like, hey, just key your receiver, because if we taught them to like, hey, look in the backfield, like they're gonna get lost. They're not disciplined enough to really do that. You know what I'm saying? And part of that too,
How
is what you allow as a coach.
How athletic are they?
If they could play, I mean, they could play off zero. They're good. I mean, he's out there working, but
okay.
I mean, they're better athletes than the receivers that they face. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Then I would.
But not enough for me to feel comfortable with them pressing. If that makes sense.
Okay, got you. Yeah. Then angle them, because angling will allow them just by off the body position. By the time that you turn, you're inside anyway. So that gives them the body position just off the jump to be able to do that. You just need to teach the quarterback. The 3 and 5 of the quarterback. That's the read. The receiver, I'm seeing too much as a DB. So here's the problem with the DBs that key the receiver. I'm guessing now. Is he going to give me the inside? Is he going to give me the outside? Is he going to stem me? Whatever. I'd rather give them one key, one simple read, and let that go from there.
Yeah.
So if he catches and ready now, I'm flat. If he catches, take 1 step back, I read, done. And we play ball from there. When we read, it's literally this slow though. When we come out and we kick out, it's boom, we're here.
Yeah, it's just scooch.
It's literally, you know that. Huh?
You call it a scoocher?
I just call it a reset.
Okay.
Yeah, it's reset. That's it.
Do you teach peer step when you
teach what?
Press? Like a peer step?
What do you mean by peer?
Rhythm step?
No.
No.
And when I teach press, it depends on, so press is a multifaceted word. All right, so when I teach press, it's 2 things. Do we have safety help or are we by ourselves? Two totally different options. So when I teach press, if I know that I'm in 2-man and I got help over the top, I'm super aggressive. I'm telling whoop that ass from start to finish because I know that I have help, right? So I'm telling the safeties, it's your job to protect, to be the cleanup man. You're the cleanup guy. If I'm in 2-man, I'm doing same hand, same foot, okay? All right, why do I do that? The reason why I do the same hand, same foot, it's like boxing. The most effective punch in boxing is the jab, okay? When we go same hand, same foot, we want to lock out the receiver. That's what we want to do. We want him to reroute himself based off our jam. The reason why I go same hand, same foot is if I miss, I know that the safety's gonna help me over the top. And then as a two-man, I can trail that man. So what I mean, if I go here, and let's say I'm in two-man, here's my free, okay? I know there's my, call them my numbers, right? Whatever. He's got to split 1 and 2. My number one job is I want to force an outside release by him no matter what. So the way that I force that outside release is I tell him if this is the inside, if on the snap, we step with the right foot, right hand, we go at a 45 and we cut him off now, immediately. We get hands on immediately because we got to define the path of the safety. Does that make sense so far? Yeah. Okay. The reason why we got to define the path of the safety is because based on what number one is going to do is going to tell us our drop. This is the same thing in cover 2. This is the same thing in cover 4. Okay? It all goes together. So let me explain. If I force an outside release by number 1, that means I have to widen my drop as the safety. If he gets inside, now I messed up the vision for the safety in a two-man scenario. The reason why I mess it up is because is it a switch? Is he coming out? Is he getting vert to come back in? It's throwing me off as a safety. Now that requires me to have more depth. The more depth I have, the further I am away from the football. Does that make sense? Yeah. The reason why we want to get hands on now as a corner, as the underneath, whether that's a nickel, whether that's a Will, whether that's a Sam, is because that's going to define my drop as a safety, and that's going to allow me to be a football player now. Like getting hands on and being super aggressive allows me to get eyes back on the quarterback as the safety. We define the route, we mess up the timing. I can already get to my depth and I can play ball from that standpoint. The number one thing that we don't want to do in any type of man scenarios, we don't want to teach any concepts in man. Concepts don't exist in man. Does that make sense?
What you mean by concepts? Like
route concepts.
Yeah.
Don't exist.
Okay.
If you teach route concepts, you're slowing down, you're slowing them down. Anytime that you teach man, it is your job to whoop his ass. It is your job to eliminate him from getting down the field in any press scenario. Does that make sense? So when I get in any press scenario, cover 1, well, cover 1's a little bit different. Let's just focus on cover 2. In cover 2, our two-man, eliminate him from downfield and allow our safeties to go to work. Our safeties got to be the master manipulators in this coverage. Okay? So in order to do that, the technique that we have to use, or I like to use the same hand, same foot. That allows me to be super aggressive within that defense. So let me show you an example of what that means. I got it somewhere, hold on.
All right. As someone that has not been around DBs, I've heard other coaches say...
Hold on one second. Hold on. Hello? Okay, can you call my mom real quick? Because I'm in the middle of this meeting right now out here at the school. Bye. Okay, go ahead, Tom.
As someone that's not been around DBs, I've heard other coaches talk about don't get your eyes caught in the backfield.
Not impressed. Not
Okay,
impressed.
So that's the difference.
Not impressed.
Okay.
Where is it, man? I did a video on this. Down. Same hand, same foot. Drive and go. Right? When we do that, we also want to punch with our thumb up. Mm-hmm. When we punch with our thumb up, we lock our elbow out. So the most effective punch in boxing is the jab. We jab, punch up, it blinds you. Did you know, I tell my DBs this, the most effective punch is the jab because you can't see it coming. It is impossible for the human eye to see an object come directly at it, split down the middle of the eyeball. So the reason why we want to go same hand, same foot, if you're the receiver, let's say you step that way, go ahead, step, boom, I'm driving here. I shock you instantly. It allows me to reset, but now it defines the path of the safety.
The release.
There you go. So when we go here, you look at same hand, same foot. You see how it's rerouting the receiver off the initial deal. It's nothing but a quick jam.
Go back one more. I'm gonna look at that.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
So now when we're in a two-man setting, I don't give two rats behinds what this man does. Get your hands on this cat right now and define the release for him. You got to define the release for him. You see what I'm saying? So, because everybody wants to teach opposite hand, opposite foot. That matters, but depends on what coverage you're in. If we know that we have help, if we know that this cat is over the top, if we want to play even a Tampa coverage where we're deep, you have got to get hands on right now. That makes sense? Now, any questions so far on that? Good? Okay. So if we're playing a single high, so let's call it a 2x2 corner, so that's my sand, whatever, and here's my free. If we're playing a single high, that's different now. Single high, we really don't have any help, okay? So I have to define the release by body position. That's a little bit different. I can use my inch technique out of cover one, but when I inch, I'm either inching outside or inside leverage, depending on how you want to do it as a DC. So if I'm coming in, and here's my mic. So my Sam's out on number 2, my corner's at number 1, my free's deep, my other safety's covering down. If he's the low hold defender, more than likely I'll inch out and I'll let him release inside. Because I have an inside help guy with the free, I have an inside low hold help with the mic, okay? So my guys are gonna play outside leverage. We'll start head up on the ball. On the snap, we take one step out, okay? Because we want to play outside, so if they run any type of corner, any type of out, they're already coming into our leverage. If they run anything inside, we know that we have a mic sitting low, we have a free sitting high. That makes sense? And depending on how smart your players are, you can pass that off, you can pattern match, you can do all that stuff, if you want to get fancy with it. But cover one, I'm head up on the snap, I step outside. Because I want to leverage that receiver, I want to manipulate that receiver to my help. Yeah. He's got to be a ball player. He's got to be a ball player. Cover one, if you're the middle field safety, I do not give a rat's behind what these receivers, it's irrelevant. All day, every day. The question is, what do you read on the quarterback? You read tone and tilt of the shoulder. Yeah. It doesn't matter anything else. All I'm reading is the tone and tilt of the shoulder. If it's here, 12 and over. If it's here, 12 and under. That's it. So I sit there, so I would start my safety anywhere between 12 and 15 yards. And I tell him, read the tone and tilt of the shoulder. That's it. So he's reading the eyes of the quarterback, of course. Be a football player, don't be a robot. But tone and tilt tells you everything. If it's here, shoot, I'm flat-footed. If it's here, all right, let's get a little depth. Because now I may have to go hash to hash. I might have to go sideline to sideline. Those are the only keys. Remember, as a defensive back, I only want one read. Give me one read and let me go play ball. Because the instincts got to play a factor in this too. So remember, cover one, if I have any inside help whatsoever, I start off head up and I move outside just on the snap. So if we're here and I'm on you right here on the snap, that's all I do. They give me outside release, you're playing right into my hands. Mm-hmm. They give me inside release, I get hip to hip, and I know I'm funneling you to my mic, I'm funneling you to my safety. That's it. And that's all you want to do. Because you know at this level in high school.
That's the same for the nickel too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because remember, he's the one who gets immediate help right now from the mic. Now, the question is with the mic is where's my third threat? If my third threat is here, my eyes go here first. If my third threat is there. Okay? So if we do a full, let's call it a full set. Let's go 2x2. Y'all get a lot of doubles in y'all's district?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doubles and trips.
All right. So let's say the back's here, whatever. All right. Well, y'all 3-man or 4-man front?
3-man.
Okay. Is that y'all setting? 2 4s and a 0?
Yeah, 54.
Okay. All right, so then you probably more than likely have the wheel or the dime, whatever you want to call it. It's your mic. Okay. All right, so now I know that I have the cover one. Mike's going to have him, right? Or you can Reggie the back, so you can have those two. He comes here, whatever, right? So whoever the low hole is, let's assume he's the low hole. So now I know that my number 3 is taken care of. I can come here. Eyes can go there on the snap. If he's not giving me an initial inside release, I come back and now I sit in the low hole. Does that make sense? More than likely when number 3 is here, some type of flare,
Somebody's coming in.
you're getting some type of vertical, or if it is an in route, is more than likely at 8 to 10 with any type of flare concept with the H back. Does that make sense? So you have more time here. Does that make sense on that end?
What do you mean more time? Like,
So what I mean,
oh,
because it's running a deeper concept.
Yeah.
So you have more time to recover, right?
Okay.
Usually on the backside routes, usually mirrored concepts in high school. Double slant, double in, or double vert, whatever. You know what I mean? Right. So now that's why I want to open weak right now. That's my initial